Huge shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you're interested in gaining a channel membership, then feel free to head over to my channel profile and click the join button. Also, we do have a Ninjago Discord server. It's a great way to communicate with myself and many others. For more details on that, click the very first link at the very top of the description of this video. So since the new Quest for the Lost Powers Ninjago book released, I've been taking it slowly, reading it bit by bit, both because I want to take it slowly to take in all of the details. There's also the fact that I've been very busy recently, and so I've been going through around a ninja story a day, and as of the time that I'm scripting and actually recording this video, I have only read Kai's story, but I'm comfortable enough with it now to the point where I think I can discuss and review it with all of you today, so here goes nothing. So for some basic groundwork of this whole thing, basically, this story tells the story of how Kai is doing between the events of Crystalized and whatever is coming next for Ninjago. And honestly, it wasn't looking good for Kai at the start of this entire thing. He had a basement apartment type place that he couldn't spend much time in, as he just hated being alone with his own thoughts. He spent most of his time past 5 PM in the noodle shop, Skylor's noodle shop, in a state of depression, talking with Skylor, and during the day, he was working multiple jobs throughout Ninjago City, so overall, he just was not doing well. But then he hears of the Fire Fiends, a group of new villains that worship the Fire Fang. If that somehow manages to sound familiar to you, well, you're in luck. It's because it was a set from the 2019 wave, one of those big snakes that Aspheera managed to summon, and their eggs were hatching all over Ninjago City or whatnot, and they were those big black fiery snake type things, essentially. So Kai and Skylor travel to a volcano type location, as Kai has it twisted in his mind that if he defeats the Fire Fang, he will end up regaining his powers as a result of the Aspheera connection going on. In his delusion, though, he ends up really lashing out to Skylor and treats her terribly throughout. But then, towards the end, he realised that sometimes, instead of denying help and doing everything all on his own, sometimes he also needs help himself. How is he to help others if he can't himself accept any form of help? By doing this, he unlocks his powers once more, defeats the Fire Fiends, and that's where Kai's story comes to an end. Now, straight away, I'm a pretty big fan of this story. It was cute, fun, a decent size as well. I enjoyed it, to be honest. Maybe that's unpopular, but honestly, who really cares? It was actually a lot better than I was expecting it to be as well. I think it tells the story very well. Sure, I mean, yeah, some elements of it may be a little similar to things we've seen in actual past Ninjago seasons, but regardless, I did genuinely think that it was quite fun. I really enjoy the inclusion of the Fire Fang. Such an obscure thing to include, but I absolutely do appreciate the inclusion. It's a nice callback to Elder Friends, but I mean, 2019 really doesn't count as original OG or anything, so I can't say that. But still, it was just a nice callback to something from a previous Ninjago season regardless. I thought that was very fun. Seeing Kai's story here grow and the relationship with Skylor evolve and grow here was great too. That leads on perfectly, though, to things I didn't like with this all that much. Kai lashes out with Skylor way too much in my opinion, and I understand why. To an extent, that is. He is frustrated. Very frustrated at that, but I do think that it went a little bit too far, to the point where it felt out of character for him, to be honest, which did irritate me quite a fair bit for sure, but still, that's really all I have to say for the negatives here. So overall, I did really enjoy this installment. Again, I found it to be fun, cute, straight to the point, while also being packed with detail, especially for a Ninjago book too. Very good and solid stuff. It just feels amazing, and it feels so good to say that Ninjago finally nailed a new story after the failure of Ninjago Crystalized. It feels good to properly enjoy a new piece of Ninjago media, that's for sure. For a final rating here, though, I would probably have to give it an 8 or 8.5 out of 10. Very good stuff overall here. With this being said, that is basically going to cover it for this one, so I do hope you all enjoyed it. Before you guys do all head out, though, feel free to drop any of your own thoughts and maybe even reviews of this particular chapter of the story down below in the comments. I would love to hear your own thoughts on this. If you enjoyed the video, though, be sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more, and hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to watch my new content as soon as I do post it every single day. And with all of this being said, everybody, I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye.